Hi everyone, this is Rashid Khan, your science teacher from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Here we have to already explain about the lighting and thunder. So we have to hear the recapitulation of this particular topic. So lighting is what actually you have seen. Lighting, how these lighting happens. You have seen a spark of a light during the thunder, during the rainy season. Why it's happened? It's happened due to the frictions when the hot air and moisture, or you can say the moist air, they can be rises up or rises up to the very high altitude, and here we can say when there is a striking of the winds and the snow chunks as well as the raindrops, these air rises up in the air, and there is a moist air present, and there is a raindrops as well. That raindrops that can be frictionate or frictions to one another. There will be the frictions occur when these are crashes or rub to each other. So on that behalf there is a charge particles created, and these charge particles are distributed over there is a cloud. Some of the clouds may get charges other type like a positive type, and some of the clouds may be get negative type. These charges are may attract each other by collapsing, or collision takes place. By the collapsing, the charge particles are get destruct from one another, or maybe they separated from one another. But there is a strike caused, or you can say there is a strike between the two clouds, or from the clouds to the earth. Why? Because it's supposed that there is a charge, that is a negative and positive charge, are distributed as in the form that negative charges is at the lower portion of the clouds and positive charges are upper portion of the cloud are forms. So for their attractions or for their striking to one another due to the high temperature created by these creations, or by these rubbing or striking to one another, the charge particle when they strike to one another, so there is a temperature rising about 80,000 to 3 lakh 80,000 to 3 lakh 30,000 temperature rises. Due to these rising, there is a air which is insulator that to come in the contact with this temperature, the air become conductor, and through this air these charge particles are carried to the either in cloud to cloud, either in cloud to ground through the air. From these air, these charges float to the earth or towards from one clouds to another clouds, and that one when these are striking, there you can see the streak of a light. This one is said to be lighting. These lighting, how these lighting can be produces, I will tell you about. Suppose if there is a two type of a, that is warmer air and a moist air. When the warmer air goes up and up, warmer air being lighter, it can be moved upside. When it can move upright, it can be moved from to the top of the atmosphere. Might be it can be rises up in the air, up, and then here we can say there is a moisture or moist air in the form of a raindrops, and these winds when get up, there will be the strikes on them through the moist air and as well as to the warmer air. When these particles are get attached or collapsed to each other, there will be the frictions appear due to the water, rainwater and ice chunks which is present in the clouds. When they are strike to one another, they will get charges. These can be charges by rubbing or charges by frictions. So there will be the charge produces, and these charges are apart from one another, get situated over there in a cloud. They are just get apart from one another. Some of the charges are positive and some of the negative charges produces, and these are distributed in such a way that the upper portion of the clouds get positive charge and lower portion of the clouds gets negative charge. And this happen not only in the only one clouds, this can be happen in other clouds as well. So far there is another clouds in which these type of a charges produces. So here is the charges can be attracted or strike to one another. Why? Because of when these strikes to one another, there will be the temperature generated. It is about 80,000 to 3,30,000 temperature, and due to which the air which is insulated or act as an insulator, but due to the temperature increases, the air act as a conductor. Now these charges can flow or strikes from the one clouds to another clouds, from the clouds to the ground, or these strikes by the means of air flows in it. So that air, that wind that are already get charged or might be get very high temperature, there is a charge transfer takes place in the form of a strike, and that one is called as a lighting. And then lighting is when there is a lighting create. Why? Because if there is a air moves, so in that air here is a raindrops. So due to the moist air in which the charges can flow easily. Why? Because in a warmer air the charges cannot be flowed, but it is a rain, it is a rains. So raindrops are present there, so that raindrops having a moisture in them, on that behalf it can be flows overall to the whole air or wind present in all around. So there is a lighting can be produced like this medium. What will happen then if there is a lighting happen? After getting the lighting, there will be a huge sound produced, or you can say a very loud sound can be produced. This sound having a cracking voice or cracking sound. This is the cracking sound produced. It can be produced after being of a fast of a time when the striking on the streak of a light you can see. What will happen then? These streak of a light will be created. There will be a cracking sound, cause that sound is known as thunder. This sound is called as a thunder. This sound is accompanied when there is a lighting takes place. You have seen most of the side where there is the lighting, there will be a thunder's cause. Why? Because this can have the sound. These sound are as heavier, or these are the most you can say the most loud sounding produces. These loud sounds can be produced due to what? Due to the cracking in the case of a lighting. So that is what it is, a thunder. How these thunder created? When there is a warmer air and lighter air, or you can say the moist air get contract and expand to each another. So there is wherever the contraction and expansion of these air to one another, what will happen? There will be the expansion and contraction, due to which there is a flow of these charges takes place in the form of a lighting, and hence cracking sound produced are by the expanding and contracting to these such type of lighting. There will be the sound. That sound is called as the thunder. Why this sound is produced? This sound is produced due to the striking of these particles to one another are the charge particles. The charges from one to another, from the one cloud to another cloud, or from the cloud to the earth. In that sequence, it can be produces more sound, and the louder sound, this one is known as a thunder. And in that sequence, we can say what is the precaution we should take care while there is a thunderstorm and lightning caused. What we have to do in case where there is a lightning or thunderstorm caused, so we should take some precaution against each. First of all, we stay indoors as well. Second, we should never use a mobile phone or any other materials or objects, not a material, any other objects like umbrella, fishing rod, golf, etc. Next, we should avoid bathing in these conditions and get out from water sources. Next is we should not come into touch get into touch in the toiletry we should remain in the vehicles. We should remain in the vehicle. It is safer. It is safe to remain in the packed vehicles. We should avoid the calling from phone. It might current come from outline. So these are the different precautions we should take care while there is a thunderstorm and lightning case can be happens. And we should not get out from the house in this condition. Why? Because if we are moving from a beat, might be there is a possibility to striking or streak of a light come back to us. We have to stay away from such things that conduct electricity. We should be stay safe from the such conditions, such things that could be electrically, or might be that they can be conductor of the electricity, or they can conduct electricity. We should just avoid taller building, hilltop, or any other height buildings. So we could save ourselves in such conditions. Next is lighting conductor. The lighting conductor. What is the lighting conductor? Lighting conductor, you know that there is in a taller or the tallest object in which the possibility of striking light to them at the time of lightning and thunder. So there must be use of such type of a material that can conduct the electricity to them, and this could be use of such type of a metal which could just neutralize the effect of charged particles. Suppose here if there is a larger conductor through which the electricity can pass, so its end or its one end is at height, and the second end or the next end will be in the earth. Why? Because there is some certain plated of a metal or arranges such a way that the charges may be neutralized. If the charges get neutralized, so the light could not be get affect as much. Why? Because when it is get discharging, so it is called as a earthing. So in this manner the charges could not be gets its bad impact onto the life as well. Okay, we'll talk to the next.